make-believers. In today's video, I am doing my books to munch in December. How quickly December has come around this year. Like, the next time I do a books to munch video, it will be January. I will be telling you my books to munch in January 2019. Does that sound right to you? So, as always, I will be devouring 3 delicious books this month. One which is semi-new on my bookshelf, one which is quite old on my bookshelf, and one which is my indie pick of the month. Woo! So, the first book that I am reading this month, and have already started reading a few days ago, is Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard. Yeah! So, Warstorm is the 4th and final book in the Red Queen series. For those of you that have been watching me a long time, you know that I absolutely loved Red Queen. Still, it is probably my favorite book in the series. I mean, I love the series, but I think still Red Queen just... So I am all about this series and I am all about this final book. I'm actually getting through it pretty fast simply because I am struggling to put it down. So of course I will give you my full review in my books I munched in December video, but it's safe to say that so far I am enjoying this climatic end to this series. For those of you that don't know, Red Queen series is about a world of people with red blood and like us, and people with silver blood who have like superpowers. And basically what happens is that suddenly red people like us, start getting the powers, and they are called new blood people, and one of these people is a girl called Mare Barrow, who is the Red Queen, hence the title of the first book. And so it follows her life of how, you know, what the heck a red woman, people like us, with superpowers like a silver, and how she manages her life, because reds are seen as lesser and silvers, you know, with the superpowers are super awesome, and you're supposed to like kind of worship them, and the reds live in the slums and they're servants and stuff like that. So of course when the reds start getting silver powers, it kind of starts to tip the balance and things go. So this is my new book of the month. And now I will show you my old book of the month, a book that I've had on my shelf for at least 2 years, if not more. And that is The Rose Society by Marie Lu. It is the second in the Young Elite series. And actually, the Young Elites was the first book that I read by Marie Lu, and I enjoyed it, and I liked it, but I just kind of just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the next one. I got the next one, put it on my shelf, and never got around to it. Then I saw Legend, I read Prodigy, I read whatever the next one is called. I read them all, I devoured it, and I was like, Marie Lu is amazing! And then, I don't know what happened again, I just didn't go back, so finally, I'm going back to read The Rose Society. So basically, The Young Elites, which is the first book in this series, follows the life of a girl called Adelina Amatero, but it's not just her. The Young Elites are a group of children that got sick through a plague, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, but yeah, they get sick through a plague, and that plague gives them some kind of supernatural abilities that don't make sense. However, Adelina Amatero's ability is a dark ability, and you know, she can do mean, painful things to people. So because of her abilities, her father believes that Adelina Amatero is a malfecto, which is like an abomination, something you don't want in your life, and he doesn't treat her very kindly. However, he's very nice to her sister, and one day she's, you know, just had enough and she leaves, and things escalate from there. Her father goes after her, and her power manifests and shows its darkness for the first time, and then her life continues from there. She ends up trying to find the Young Elites so that she can join them, but it's no secret that her ability is just not good. And I am looking forward to seeing where Adelina Amatero goes. I may have to keep referring to the Young Elites to refresh my memory, but that's what happens when you buy a book 2 or 3 years ago and don't read it. The third and final book I will be reading this month is my indie pick of the month! And this is also a book that I've had on my shelf for a very long time. So this is the reason why I decided that I'm going to start reading my indie books, because I buy them, like 90% of them that I see that look interesting, basically fantasy, I buy them, and I buy them on my Kindle, but I'm just not a very good ebook reader. I really love paperback books. So I genuinely just forget about my Kindle books, but now I'm being more strict with myself, and so I'm going to read them. So this has been sitting on my Kindle shelf for, again, probably 2 to 3 years, and that is Elementals by Michelle Maddow. This is a first in series, which really sounds like something I'm going to love. The opening sentence of the blurb is, "Witches are real, the descendants of the Greek gods." Not only does Elementals include Greek gods and witches, it also includes, you know it, my favorite, a portal to another realm. Wizarding World? Narnia? Yes, yes, yes! So, from the blurb I gather that it follows a girl called Nicole Cassidy, which of course has the trope favorite of where she has these powers, she is a witch, from a descendant of a Greek god, but doesn't know it. And she finds out when a comet, an Olympian comet, flies down to the earth and gives her and 4 others, including a bad boy Blake, you know we want to meet that bad boy Blake, some elemental powers. And it says that this comet is what creates the portal to the other side. However, this portal, it says, actually imprisons the Titans for centuries, and basically one of these horrible dark monsters is going to come out of this dimension, and Nicole and her other elemental people are going to have to find a way to put this monster back in its dimension and close said portal before their town or whole world is destroyed. It also mentions a cryptic prophecy. It's got all the elements, guys. Elementals has got all the elements. And that is all for the books I plan to munch this month, which should, if I'm not mistaken, take me to the 50 books to read this year. Goodreads challenge goal. Woo! Yeah! And that is all for today. What are you reading this month? Do you have a TBR or do you just wing it? Do you have a Goodreads challenge, and how many books did you plan to read this year? And how many books of that challenge did you get read? And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you like all my other videos, then please consider subscribing. And until next time, I'll see you. Bye!